When designing data tables for enterprise products, there's always that one big question. Where should the detailed data go after someone clicks a row? Should it appear in an overlay, slide in from the side, or open on a new page? A lot of designers just choose one of these options without thinking too much about it. But great design is all about context. So whether you go with an overlay, a side panel, or a new page, it all depends on how much information you need to show, how fast users should move through it, and whether it's about quick edits or deep work. Now let's dive in and see when it makes sense to use an overlay. The overlay is probably the first choice for most designers. It works well when you need to open a dataset, for example, to edit it. It can take up most of the available space and works well when you need to show some details without fully hiding the list. The list in the background is dimmed but still slightly visible, so I know I can easily return to it by simply closing the overlay. But overlays also have one big limitation. They're not ideal when users need to browse through a list quickly. That's where side panels come in. Because the side panel doesn't cover the list, you can keep it open and simply click through different items. With this solution, each click loads new details instantly while the panel stays in place. As we've learned so far, overlays and side panels have one thing in common. They work best when users don't spend too much time looking at the detailed data. But if users need to stay longer on the detailed content, it's usually better to open it on a separate page. That way they can fully focus on the content without being distracted by the list in the background. Let me give you a real-world example. In one of my projects, I was designing a visual process editor which allowed users to automate business processes without coding. Once they opened the editor, they usually spent several minutes working on a single process. The process visualization contained a lot of different elements, like actions, loops, conditional blocks, and all of these nested together. So it was clear that the editor should open on a separate page to let them focus without any distractions from other elements. So as you can see, the way you show complex data can change, and it really depends on what the user needs to do with it. At the end of the day, it's up to you as a designer to decide which layout works best. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this topic, so feel free to share your comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay creative.